For the record, I believed in you.
Oh,
I knew you would figure it out because you are a smart boy.
I
What happened, Paul?
I
Tell me
think
where it hurts.
so. One of the apps that I use on my Mac a lot is Sound Source by Rogue Amoeba.
Uh-huh.
I think it was preventing any USB audio devices from actually getting sound, because once I quit it and set the sound via just the regular Mac systems control panel thing, it started working again. So that's a problem for future, Paul. So yeah.
Okay. But you sound great.
Great, thank you.
And hopefully my mic sounds okay.
You sound good. You sound great.
Aw.
Oh,
I missed you. I missed you so much.
I missed you too. How are you
I
doing?
know. It's been busy, buddy. I had to do some traveling and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. Okay.
Okay.
We have a list of things as we do on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about our list.
Okay. So there's been some so obviously there's been rumors around the Asus ROG Ally 2. There's been some rumors that it's going to be like partially Xbox branded or whatever. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about some, I guess they submitted like photos for some regulatory body. And I don't know if have you clicked on this link yet? Do you click on this link?
I'm clicking on the link right now. I usually don't click on the links ahead of time.
Okay. So it looks it looks weird, Drew. It looks weird. So it looks like someone has taken the standard ROG Ally and tried to like slap on like the left and right pieces of a controller onto it. And it looks, I think it looks real bad, Drew. It looks real bad. She's an ugly.
Paul. I'm sure there's a controller in that picture. I can't get over all the smudges on the glass.
Okay, there's that too. And that also makes me really mad that they didn't bother to clean it.
Everybody else needs to see this.
Yeah, they didn't clean the device at all. Before they took the pictures, and you can like it also might be, I don't know if it's a leak, because you also in that first picture you can see the shadow of someone holding up the phone to the smudgy ass screen. So
like did they like rub mayonnaise on it? Like what did they do? Like
I don't know. Oh my god, it's so it's yeah, she's
So basically, so for those of you that aren't playing this with chapter art, I don't know if you've ever held an Xbox controller before, but I want you to imagine that you took an Xbox controller and you put it through a bandsaw, and then you basically slapped an LC, like an iPad, in between the two pieces. And
ta-da. It's kind of hideous.
It's pretty gross.
Like, I don't know.
And why everything's smudgy. I'm sorry. I can't look at this anymore. Everything's smudgy.
Yeah.
But why does it look like the controllers are made out of latex?
I don't know. It looks, I mean, I'm hoping this is like a pre-production unit or something. And it's going to look better when it actually ships. But fuck, is it not a good I mean, it's bad. Like if you scroll down to the picture of the white one and then like hit the little like more right icon, you can see the picture, like you can see the back of it.
I don't know if I want to, but okay, hold on. Let's
yeah.
So scroll down. Okay.
Yeah, there's the white, and there's like image 2 of 2 there for the white one. You can definitely get a good. I mean, it looks like they just tried to slap controller handles onto the side of it. And I maybe it's really comfortable to hold, but
Well,
it,
you're
it's
not an
I
Xbox controller person though.
I'm not. I mean, I
And I
don't.
mean, I
Yeah,
think that
yeah,
there's
yeah.
I I think the bigger problem for you is going to be the lettering of the button of the face buttons, right?
Well, as long as no, they're fine, and I prefer that over the Nintendo style, right? So I like the A at the bottom. That doesn't bother.
Mhm.
That's what my current ROG Ally has, and it's fine. Like I prefer Xbox layout over Nintendo's weird putting A on the right, like monsters. Uh,
Well, the cross button, okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
I own a PlayStation now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the
Yeah,
cross button on the PlayStation is the bottom button, right?
it is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
nobody's right.
Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Oh, nobody's right, but we all can agree Nintendo is wrong. Uh,
But is the bigger okay, but would you buy this though? Does your current ROG Ally X have the offset
yes,
sticks?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it does. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
'Cause
on like,
I know you're not of that type.
yeah, it's fun. I prefer symmetrical thumbsticks. I will not. I will use controllers that have asymmetrical thumbstick. It's fine. I really do love my ROG LAX. At the end of the day, because this does have a nice processor bump. It's supposed to have the I can't remember, but it's got the next version of whatever AMD's system on a chip thingy that they got going on.
All right.
And it's
So
gonna be faster and yeah, yeah.
okay,
But
side
mhm,
tangent
mhm,
because handheld gaming actually entered my orbit this week.
mm,
Not
okay,
nearly in the orbit that you're in, but
okay, okay.
this was an important week for video games
Mhm.
because the new Doom came out.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Have you played it?
I'm on just finished chapter 6. I'm playing it on my PS5. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So this article that I just dropped in here caught my eye.
Okay.
The Dark Ages is unplayable on handheld PCs at the moment, but it's not because the hardware isn't good enough. And I didn't realize this
Hmm.
that apparently for things like the ROG Ally, you just can't download an NVIDIA driver.
Well, it's got yeah. It's AMD, right? So it's yeah.
Well, you can't just download a graphics
Yes.
driver, in other
Yes,
words.
that is correct. Yeah.
And what graphics and other graphic adjacent manufacturers or partners or whatever will do is when a big triple A or quad A or whatever we call these things these days launch,
Mhm.
there's usually an associated graphics driver launch to go
Mhm.
along with it to make sure
Mhm.
that you get the highest and best performance. That's just
Yeah.
that's table stakes for PC gaming. I know you console players don't have to worry about that. However, what was interesting about this article is that because there's a lag period about when the drivers get certified by
Yeah. Mhm.
Asus and then released to the device, so it's like
Yes.
okay,
Yes. Yeah.
if that's your primary way of playing, you're kind of boned.
Mhm.
Is it good though? Is Doom
Have you not
good?
played it?
No, I haven't had
It's
time, dog.
okay. It is. So I really enjoyed the 2016 Doom.
Right,
I the one after that I enjoyed a lot less. I didn't ever
I
finish
did
it.
too. I did
Yeah.
too.
This one is so good, Drew. It's
Okay,
so good. It's
that's
so good. Oh my goodness. It is the exact game I needed at the exact time. It's the weapons are so good. The like the obviously like the second Doom there was really big on mobility, right? You had to keep moving and jumping and
combo
yeah,
and
yeah,
mobility
yeah,
and yeah.
yeah. This one is like it's the big mechanic is I would say it's the shield, both like parrying and using the shield for you can like throw the shield and it's got a chainsaw on it. It's just fucking awesome. And it also feels real good because like there are so many more enemies in this one, but one of the things you can do is I say it's called like a shield slam. Basically, like you pull up your shield and you hit the fire button, and you go zooming towards whatever creature you have in your under your reticle.
Mhm.
But if it's like the baseline, like bottom of the tier monsters, there'll be like 30 of them, and you'll just like shield slam and blow them all up. They're just gone. So really,
Yeah.
they're less about it's the cannon fodder monsters are less about killing them and more about like having an out if you're getting your ass kicked. Like,
Okay.
oh, there's a group of weaklings over there. I'll just go over there, smack them all. They'll drop some ammo and health or whatever, and I'll be in good shape. Uh, yeah, it's real good. I don't know how much you've seen. Did you watch any of the trailers or anything?
I've seen like teasers
Yeah,
and some YouTubers talking about it, but
yeah. I've done one each of the get into a big stompy mech and one of flying and dragging around. I did not, those moments didn't quite land for me. They're just kind of like, eh. Uh, but
the moment to moment combat in
uh-huh,
Doom,
it's
yeah.
so good. Yeah, it's so good. The levels are just huge. They're just like just brimming with secrets and like it's Doom, right? Like there's yeah, but it's done so well. The music's so good. It's so fun. It's highly recommended.
The music in the Doom games is very,
Mhm.
very underrated.
Yeah, yeah. And this one has more story in it than you would expect for a Doom game. Lots of
Uh,
cutscenes in
yeah,
between. But
I've heard
but
that the
it's
story gets a little.
yeah. At the end of the day, yeah.
I'm not in these games for that.
Yeah.
Although I will say that the 2016 Doom the story that was there was good,
Yeah.
fine, I
Yeah,
guess.
it's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't really pay attention to the second one.
Yeah.
Those stupid guys with the axes in the second one really pissed me off. If
It's
you know, you know.
yeah, I know. I know. It's good. It's so good. I'm gonna as soon as I hang up, I'm gonna download the audio files and maybe go knock out the next chapter before I go to bed. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Okay. Okay.
It's real
Well, then
good. It's real good.
let's keep
No,
powering on. So,
no, highly
uh,
recommended. Yeah.
okay. So,
Mhm,
I guess going back to the topic that kicked us
mhm,
all off, though,
mhm.
would you buy this Ally 2?
Probably because
Okay.
yeah, I, re- I I I don't know. I want to buy it.
You
Right?
want to
I
buy it.
want to buy it. It's supposed to have the AMD Ryzen Z2 Extreme with 8 cores and 16 threads. Wow. Oh, it's an upgrade from my lowly Z1 Extreme. uh the specs on it, the rumored specs obviously it looks really good, and it's going to be hard for me to ignore that part of it, but god damn is it ugly. Oh, oh, I don't know. I did we'll see, Drew. Also, like, tariffs, this thing could be like 2 grand, so who knows.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't get
yeah.
me started.
Mhm.
Asus should just eat the tariffs.
Yeah, everybody should just eat the
It just
tariffs,
eat the
right?
tariff.
Yeah,
Yeah. No, it's someone else's problem,
that's
right?
what President's business said. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Our big business boy.
Oh, fuck me. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. So
Oh.
related to video games,
Mhm.
Paul, I
Mhm.
come to you tonight in servitude of your wisdom and
Uh-oh.
your experience.
I feel like I'm being set up here.
You're not. You're 100% not. Like
Okay, okay, okay,
sarcasm and filleting aside. Like I legit need your help.
okay.
It's time to buy a TV for my basement. It's time.
Oh, jeez. I
We're
haven't been
making some
paying attention to
changes. We're making
TVs
some
at
changes
all.
here. We're making some
Yeah.
changes here in the Fergewell house. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Now, like everything else in the world, you can spend as much as you want on a fucking television.
Oh, yeah, of
If you
course.
want mini LED, 100-inch, smart this and that,
Mhm.
chat GPT in your TV because you're an AI cuck. I don't know. I'm sure that that's out there, that's coming.
Okay, okay.
But Paul, I'm a reasonable guy.
Mhm.
My main uses for buying a TV are thus.
Okay.
Number one, I just want to sit somewhere dark and cool and quiet and hook up a TV with a sound bar and watch probably YouTube and Plex and probably like Amazon.
Okay.
I would also like to hook the PlayStation up to this. The PlayStation that you lent me is currently hooked up to like my 4K monitor at my desk, and that
Okay.
is fine. It's
It's
fine.
fine. Yeah. Yeah.
But I would much like to sit out on a couch with a larger TV and experience these games.
Yes. Yeah. That's the beauty of not handhelds, consoles. Console. You can sit on a sofa and look at a big TV and play your video games that way. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So, and this and I have had a TV mount on that wall since we've moved in.
Mm-hmm.
The TV that I was going to put there was the old Sony LCD that is, it's old now. It's 120 hertz, but it's only 1080p. It's not 4K or anything. It's still a good TV. It's perfectly fine. But it's not mini LED. It's big. It's bulky. It's very, very heavy. As LCDs of that era were kind of that thing. Big, big pieces of plastic everywhere. You get the picture. So I'm not looking for bottom dollar here, but I'm not necessarily looking to spend thousands of dollars for this.
Okay. Okay. So OLED question mark?
Okay, so oh, you're getting ahead of me. Okay, so I'm not up to date on televisions.
Okay.
I'm not.
Okay.
I know that there's OLED, there's mini LED, there's QLED, there's all these different technologies. I would love to tell you that I could see the difference. I probably can't. All I know is my only two real requirements are 4K and 120 hertz.
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Okay.
Every other bell and feature and whistle and everything, I don't give a shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm never going to use the smart capabilities of my TV. It is going to receive an Apple TV.
Okay.
That is going to be the primary media consumption device for that particular unit. I do not want onboard Roku and Netflix and all that other stuff.
Well, you get that, so yeah.
I know I get that anyway, but I'm never putting Wi-Fi credentials in it. I'm sorry. I'm just never going to do that.
Okay. So okay. So the big advantage of OLED, right, is the lack of needing a backlight, right? So it is, if you do, in my opinion, OLED is more optimized for media consumption, watching movies, watching television shows, right?
Okay.
You can game on them, right? There is still the you still do have to worry about burden with OLEDs. It's not as bad as it used to be, but it is still very much a thing. And OLEDs and VRR typically don't work well together. Variable refresh rate, for those of you who don't know. So most of the TVs in that case just do like 120 or 144 hertz. They don't do VRR because OLED gets real smudgy on VRR kind of stuff. But they do it. The picture is great. You don't get any kind of like bleed through. They're generally not as bright, but if you're going to be in a basement with controlled lighting,
okay, that's so important. This is in a basement in a room with no windows.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're absolutely fine with OLED. I mean, OLEDs are brighter now than they ever have been, but they're never going to be as bright as like a QLED, which is the other technology that I would recommend.
The QLED.
QLEDs, quantum LED. I don't know what the quantum stands for. It's magic. It's what I have in my living room is a quantum LED. It's only 60 hertz though. So the new ones are 120 with VRR. So quantum LEDs, they look really good. They're bright. Obviously you do have the issue because they are backed by a set of like white LEDs behind there. You do get white bleed through. So if you have like a black screen with white text or like a white Apple logo when the Apple TV is booting, you're going to get like haloing, right? You're going to get some blooming around the edges, simply because it's that's just how they work. From and so I did I go to quick jump on to Artings, and it confirmed what I believe. If you're going to go OLED, the new Samsungs, the S9s are really good. But if you're going to do QLED, a Sony Bravia, like the nines, would be what I would recommend. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
mini LED. Yeah.
Okay, so that tracks. So now I'm gonna throw a wrinkle at you.
Yeah.
My wife and I are Costco members.
Okay.
And we were strolling through the aisle, last time we were there, and I was looking at some TVs. The prices are pretty reasonable. And I found a couple that I think fall within the categories that
all right. Hit me.
So let's look at some links here.
Okay.
So first up, and I have not properly measured the space that it's going to go into.
The LG, their OLEDs are also really good. I think they're maybe just a little behind some of the Samsung stuff, but man, that C4 for that price is a heck of a deal.
Well, so that's what I wanted to talk about, right? Because of all the models you just listed off, and this is a little bit of a spoiler because we're going to look at a couple other models that I have identified. I think the reason that they can offer them this cheap isn't just because it's Costco; it's because they are a previous model, right? Like this has been replaced by the C5. The Bravias are Bravia 9s now.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming that these are still perfectly cromulent and good TVs.
Yes, 100%. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yeah.
I think a 55 is about as big as that's going to take. And
okay.
I could go get this tomorrow if I wanted to. Like I could go get this tomorrow.
Yeah, I think you'd be very happy with this. Yeah.
I think 100%. I would too. I think I would too.
Yeah.
So I wanted to look. They don't carry a lot of brands other than Samsung and LG in the 55-inch or less category.
Okay.
When you get up to the 65-inch and bigger, that's where some options open up. So like, again, Bravia 8, 4K OLED. This, I think, is what you were just referring to, although you said there's Bravia 9 now.
Yeah, there's a Bravia 9. Yeah.
And that's still a pretty good price for a 65-inch Bravia, I think.
Yeah. So this is, so it's also, this is also one of their OLED. Okay, so the Bravia 9 is actually not an OLED. It is a QLED. QLED.
Okay.
Which is weird because you think the Bravia they would all keep it in the same family, but no, they changed their minds because of course they did.
They have a Bravia 7 that is QLED.
Okay.
Mini LED.
Let's see that. What do we got there?
But it's a Bravia 7.
Yeah. So it really you're gonna have to decide what you're optimizing for, right? So obviously, if you do only want these are 65, so they're a little bit bigger, right? If you do want 55, that does limit your options. To me, if you want to optimize for gaming, get the QLED, right? You're gonna have less, especially now with consoles starting to support variable refresh rate and things like that, which I wish I had. I wish I had 120 hertz QLED with variable refresh rate for some of that stuff. I would, if you're optimizing for gaming, I would do the QLED. If you're optimizing for everything else, I would go with the OLED.
Okay. But this Bravia 7 isn't VRR though.
Isn't let's see.
I think this TV might be old enough that it isn't.
Let's see. View more inputs, blah blah blah. Stand refresh rate, native refresh rate, 120 hertz. Let's just ask the internet.
Yeah, ask at chat. Chat
is the. Let's see.
Product details, specifications.
Yes, it is. It does support. According to Google's AI summary, the Bravia 7 does
Bravia
have
7
VRR.
does, huh?
Mm-hmm.
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 Interesting.
Right. Which you can do VRR on an OLED, but it just gets real smeary real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe that's the one then.
This might be the one. That's yeah.
It's a pretty good price.
Yeah, it's pretty good
I'm
price.
okay with that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. I think that would be. Yeah. 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 I mean, so for me, like the two places where I have my main TVs, the one in the living room, my living room is just so fucking bright. It gets so much sun. There's just too many fucking windows. An OLED would just be just impossible to see in there. Also, just I'm gonna take a quick aside here. Hey, all you people that like make movies and television shows, just because a scene is dark doesn't mean you can't light it just a little bit so I can see it. Have you noticed that trend?
Yeah, that seems very targeted.
Yeah, just have you noticed that? Where like they just like, oh, it's dark, so you're not gonna be able to see anything.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
So. Mm-hmm. And then my other one obviously is for gaming. So yeah, it's a QLED as well. Yeah, I think even my one upstairs. Well, no, the one upstairs I have right now is a TCL. It's got the Roku TV built into it. My TV downstairs is a Samsung. It's a big old quantum dot LED as well. But yeah, I had the TV before that I had was a Sony Bravia, and it was great. Now it does come with like Android TV, I think, which is just literally the worst. But like I said, if you're never gonna, and you're not gonna, all you're gonna be doing is switching inputs, you can just kind of squint and pretend it's not there. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. Every TV interface that's not Apple TV is awful. Just
100% accurate.
Yes.
100% accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you for your sage-like input, because I feel like all of those are good choices. I think it's roughly going to come down to the size of TV I can fit where this goes, because it's kind of like in a nook in my basement. So I don't have like a huge ass wall. I think 55 might be as big as it gets.
Okay.
But that
even
LG,
and again, 55, I think you're gonna that LG C4 is gonna be a great television too. So yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about the LG line. So yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we didn't record last week.
We did not.
Is that because you were at Sonic Temple?
No.
Oh
no.
Wow.
I did not go to Sonic Temple this year. Nope.
Okay, can we talk about why?
There wasn't enough bands that I liked to justify going. Ta-da. Ta-da. Yeah. Though I would have loved, I would have no idea what is going on, but I would have loved just to stand in the back of the crowd for Insane Con Posse just to experience that. But
I don't think you're safe in the same zip code as any concert that's happening.
Oh,
did I tell you my Insane Clown Posse story?
No, you did not. No.
Okay, so when I was at the University of Pittsburgh, there was a small little club, and oh boy, the name's escaping me now. Hang on a second. Let me just pull up a map real quick. I don't want to get the name of this wrong. Oakland, Pittsburgh, PA. Okay, so that's 2nd Ave. That's the Boulevard of the Allies. Okay. So that's Edgewood, Swissvale, Greenfield, University of Pittsburgh. Oh boy. Hold on a second. This is going to drive me crazy if I can't find the answer to this. Okay, here it is. Forbes Ave. Okay, click here. And we want to search nearby. We want to search for concert. We want to search for concert hall. Nope. That's not going to give me what I want. Boy. Dude, I wish I could remember. And there's okay. You know what else doesn't help? Pittsburgh is like this part of Pittsburgh is so much better than it was when I lived there. Like there's just so much more. That's Duquesne. That's not going to tell me what I want. Okay, here we go. Hilton Garden in Pittsburgh. Okay, Euler Way. Okay, now we're in the right place. Okay, so it was definitely on Forbes. Okay. Forbes Hall, that's where I was the RA. Okay, so we're getting closer here. Pamela's is still there. Wow. Wow. Golden Palace Chinese Buffet is still there. Okay. Well, okay. Mm-hmm. Subway is still there. A Cricket. Okay. First National Bank. I feel like it was in this. I feel like it was in this plaza. Okay. Close that. Okay. Yeah. Dara Street. Okay. It must not be there anymore. I don't know. It's gonna drive me crazy. But look, the bottom line here is there was a little concert place there.
Mm-hmm.
Pamela's, Gilda's Flowers, Noodles and Company, a vape shop. Who would have thought?
You don't say.
And there's Tower A. Yeah. Okay. It's not gonna tell me what I want. Anyway, I guess it's irrelevant. That was a waste of everybody's time. There was a small little concert place that was there, and it was like a small club. I think it's probably even smaller than like Ace of Cups, like where you go now. Mm-hmm. But they would have rock bands, and they would have, Insane Clown Posse there, for example. Mm-hmm. And I remember one day I was walking home from work back to the dorm along Forbes Avenue, and people were waiting to get in. And just like now, look, they say what you want about Insane Clown Posse, and I have. My roommate was a juggalo my freshman year.
I love that word. I love that word so much.
Here's the thing. He introduced me to Insane Clown Posse because I don't know when they got popular, but I feel like the 1998, 1999 timeframe when we were freshmen there, they were kind of a big deal. Or, I mean, when people still bought CDs, I guess. But anyway, he was like a closeted juggalo. I don't think he ever put on makeup, at least not that I ever saw.
Okay.
But, he let me listen to the albums, and I was like, okay, well, this isn't the worst thing I've ever heard, but, it wasn't for me. And I just remember cut to my junior year of college, because I'm pretty sure this is when this happened. I was walking down Forbes Avenue past this concert venue, and people were waiting to get in. Mm-hmm. Now, there are certain tropes.
There are.
For Insane Clown Posse, Juggalo, or Juggalo adjacent fans. Mm-hmm. Number one, the face paint. Face paint. Yep. You got to do.
Yeah. Or just dressing like a clown in general. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. More like dark clowns.
Yes. Yes.
Nothing like a birthday clown. Nothing like a circus clown. Yes, these are very. They're clown adjacent. Okay. Like I don't even think they're necessarily clowns, but they're in the clown orbit.
Okay. Being a fan of black metal, I can't judge anyone for painting their face. So
hey, however you want to spend your time, buddy, it's fine.
Yep.
Oh, Paul, wait a minute. Paul. Have you ever painted your face for a concert?
I have not. No.
Okay.
No.
God damn. Okay. All right.
No.
But you got the jacket though.
I do. Honestly, wearing corpse paint to a concert is on my bucket list. So we'll see. We'll see if that ever happens.
Corpse paint. What is corpse paint?
Corpse paint. It's the black metal. It's the, if you think about black metal, right? The white face, the black around the eyes, yeah.
Corpse paint. One word or two?
2 words. Corpse paint. Yeah. Just type corpse paint into Google image search.
And
you'll see a lot of people with corpse paint. Yeah. Corpse paint.
Oh, you look like the guy from Kiss.
No. God damn it. No. But no. Do not associate that with Kiss. Corpse paint is evil.
I see white face makeup with black eye paint. That's Kiss,
Yes.
my guy.
No. Okay. We'll agree to disagree on that one. That's okay.
I'll agree that you are a Kiss dressing like you're cosplaying.
Also, let's just be honest. Kiss got that from black metal, not the other way around. So,
God, okay, we're so off the beaten path here now. Kiss is a fairly old band, and they've been doing that whole face paint makeup for a pretty long time.
Yeah,
Who preceded them? Like, who was doing that before Kiss?
So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the first person to wear corpse paint on stage is Dead from Mayhem.
Dead from Mayhem.
Mm-hmm.
The guy Dead from the band Mayhem, or Dead from Mayhem the band?
The lead singer of the original lead singer of Mayhem, he went by the name of Dead.
DHEAD or
dead, as in I am dead.
Dead from Mayhem. Let's look at this guy real quick.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be a picture of him, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Ooh, Dead musician.
Dead. Mm-hmm.
Died 1991.
He killed himself. Yes. Yeah.
Ooh, in Norway.
In Norway. Yes.
Ooh, man, that is a scary looking guy. I like his battle jacket.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Dead was
Mayhem's problematic.
Yeah. Dead, kind of historically. So Dead was like, he would bury his clothes, so he would smell like a corpse.
Okay.
He would cut himself on stage. I believe this to be true, but I'm not 100% sure on this one. But like, the story is, Mayhem was looking for a vocalist, and Dead submitted a demo tape to them, sent it via mail, and included in the envelope was a dead mouse. Yes.
Okay.
But so hold on. When did Kiss start painting their faces? I guess Kiss started wearing it in 1973, so maybe they were doing it first. Yeah.
By the way, real-time follow-up. I'm actually in Street View looking at South Oakland, and I'm looking at the building that was this concert hall. It is now a Supercuts. So that place is no longer there.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, and the reason I remember it was a tall building. First of all, looks much cleaner. Golden Palace Buffet is right there, and that place was the fucking bomb after my hangover wore off. And Forbes Hall's right down the road. Yeah, dude, this is bringing back some memories. But yeah, it had this like half bay window above it. Yeah, that used to be where that concert hall was. I do not remember what the name of it was, but anyway. Okay.
So back to ICP trope.
Okay. Wind it all the way back.
Okay.
Sorry.
So the second trope is obviously Faygo.
Okay, so let's talk about the Faygo. It's not just any Faygo though.
Okay.
It's red Faygo.
Red Faygo. Okay.
It's red Faygo, and I remember I was walking down, and I knew about the Faygo. Mm-hmm. I did not know that ICP was going to be in my general area that night. But I saw it coming. I saw a guy take a razor blade and slice a 2-liter of Faygo on the sidewalk and spray everybody in line. And they loved it. They loved him for it. They loved him for it. You know, it's like, the power of Christ compels you with ICP and red Faygo. Like, they were feeling it. I was out of the splash zone. I wasn't getting any of it until the second bottle of Faygo came out. What this person did is they took the Faygo and they basically took the cap, right, the end of the 2-liter, and they smashed it on the corner of the building, and it became a missile of Faygo. That is what hit me in the shins. It ruined my khakis because I had a dress code. So when I worked in the for the student computing services at the University of Pittsburgh, I was a lab manager, but we all had the same uniform. It was basically anything but jeans.
Okay.
And they gave us these blue shirts that had they were like a polo. and it had the
Mhm.
logo on it. And that's what you had to wear with a belt. And you could wear tennis shoes because you were on your feet a lot in that job, helping people, getting out, getting printouts, stuff like that. But yeah, that completely ruined those khaki pants. I the shirts were dark enough, and that I had a lot of other food stains on them already, so like that wasn't like a
Got it.
problem. But I was, yeah, the pants were completely ruined. So
Okay.
I don't know how much Fago was down there for Sonic Temple, but there you go.
I've seen some clips on the TikTok, and yeah, they're. I mean, yeah, they remind me of obviously the delivery mechanism for Guar is very different, but they remind me of that. Is like you are if you are within Fago distance of the stage, you are going to get covered in Fago
You're going
before
to
you
get covered
leave.
in Fago, and
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you are
yeah.
in, if you're in the splash zone at Guar, a penis is going to come blood on you, right? Like,
It
isn't that
could,
how?
it could,
Yeah.
or they're gonna like decapitate a president, and the blood splatter is gonna be everywhere. That happens too. So yeah.
So I'm surprised. I'm surprised that you didn't do Sonic Temple this year because I know you're a big fan of Arch Enemy, and I heard that they were playing.
Yeah, yeah. So I put a link in there on the lineup. There there are a handful of bands that I would have liked to seen. There is no band on there that was a must see for me. None.
Huh.
Zero. Zero. Zero.
Huh.
In fact, the band that I would like to have seen the most is Nails, and I'm sure they did like a 30-minute set. So
Armored Saint.
yeah, yeah,
Never
just
heard of them.
yeah. So like the headliners, I have no interest in. I mean, I probably would have seen Korn. I would have avoided Metallica like the plague. The new Linkin Park, all it does is make me mad. Uh,
The new Linkin Park.
yeah, they have a new vocalist to replace Chester. What's his face?
Okay.
She's awful. She's awful. She's awful. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you like the new Linkin Park, but she's so bad. It's a shameless money grab. They should all be ashamed of themselves.
What happened to Chester?
He killed himself.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm not a
Mhm.
Linkin Park fan.
Yeah. 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 Like Beartooth, okay. Rob Zombie, that would have been neat. Meh. Let's see. A lot of bands that I really, really, really dislike. I've seen Ministry already. Cannibal Corpse, okay. Poppy, okay. Arch Enemy, okay. Ginger, okay.
I thought you liked Arch Enemy.
I do, but like not enough to go to a festival to see. If there
Oh.
was like $30 tickets at at King of Clubs or something, I'd go see that. I'm not going to spend $400 to like the last one. There was lots of bands where I was like, yes, I absolutely have to see them.
Yeah,
And
you were super
yeah.
pumped.
This year, not just none. Not again. Like the Nails would have been the number one band. Number two is probably since I'm gonna Sansugabog or something like that. I can't remember how they fucking pronounce it. They're a weird kind of sludgy band. I would have liked to see that as well. Poppy would have been neat to see, but no, nothing that I had to. And also last week, the reason I couldn't record last week was Thursday was the last band concert of the year and seniors kind of celebration and award ceremony.
Oh, yeah, Zach stuff.
And Friday and Saturday were the last two performances of my daughter's play. She was in drama club. They did a play. So
what was she in? What was she in?
the play was called Too Many Detectives at Murder Mansion.
That seems like a place that detectives would go.
Yeah. So the gimmick is imagine a fictional detective, and there's a good chance.
Hold on. Let me imagine. Closing my eyes. Okay. Mm-hmm. Fingers to my temples. All right. Got it.
Okay. So like Nancy Drew and the Hardy Boys. They were
not where my mind went, but okay.
Batman. He made an appearance.
Batman's a superhero.
He's the world's greatest detective. Come on, Drew. Come on. Sherlock Holmes. The mystery crew from Scooby Doo, and some others. My daughter played Daphne from Scooby Doo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, did she get like the whole purple mini skirt, red hair thing going on, or like
she did not wear a wig, but she did have the purple dress and scarf. So yeah,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I was
Yes.
always more
So.
of a Thelma Maine.
Oh, so that's it was. It was very good. It was very good. So.
Okay, I didn't
Um,
realize that. I didn't realize that she did. I know she was band girl, but I didn't know she did a
yeah.
drama club.
Yeah. So they had the Artays Valley schools hadn't had drama club for quite a while, and they were starting it back up. And I'm gonna take a little good dad victory lap here.
Okay.
When I saw that in the newsletter, because they sent out a newsletter, I talked to my daughter. I'm like, I bet you would really like drama club. And she was kind of like, I don't know. And then I kind of, she agreed that she was going to join and try out for the play, and she loved it. She loved it. So yay, good dad for
Good
me.
dad
And she's
points. You
yep,
are you
and
are you're a very good dad. But
yeah, and they're going to do multiple productions next year. That's the plan. So she's just she's a member of drama club. She's gonna do all the plays. So
okay.
yeah.
Now I got
Mhm.
to ask, how were the feelings for Zach's last performances?
It was I was surprisingly I was good. I was good for that. Uh he is the feelings have started because he is done with school.
Oh, it's over for him?
It's over. It's done. His last day of school was on Friday.
Oh, okay. All right.
And graduation is this Friday.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Getting
Yeah.
a little dusty in the Baylor household.
A little. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Okay.
it's gonna be a good day. I'll be excited for him,
So, like, what's he gonna do this summer?
uh, well, hopefully he gets into the OU marching band, and he'll be leaving for college early because of that. And until then, he's probably just gonna go to the gym. That's what he
Okay.
does: video games and gym. So that's what he
Man, what a
does.
life! What a life!
Mhm.
Sounds a lot like my life. Honestly, I don't think I ever grew up.
Yeah, yeah. Those are his two favorite things to do. So yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Mhm.
All right.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just assumed because we couldn't do Thursday, Friday, or
No.
Saturday last week.
No. No.
Okay.
It was all me being at the high school doing kid stuff.
I'm
So.
clearly not
Mm-hmm.
at Murder Mansion and a detective because
No.
I did
No.
not
No.
deduce
No.
correctly.
No. Nope. Nope. No Sonic Temple for me.
Okay. But it doesn't sound like it was a big loss for you this year.
No. I had yeah. There was no one there. And I'm like, yes, I absolutely have to go. Let alone enough for me to justify spending that money. I also heard that it was an absolute shit show this year.
Why?
So so
Well, it was
apparently
really cold. It got really cold.
yeah. So the first day was really cold, and I guess they oversold the parking, the pre-purchase parking. So it just became an absolute like people were waiting in line to get into park to only be told that they can't park there and they have to go somewhere else, and then waiting in a line to get out to go to someplace else to park, and then walking to the stadium. Like I saw like some stuff on Reddit where like by the time someone got there with the expectation of like, hey, like we're not going to be there for the first bands, but like we'll be there in the afternoon. And by the time they got to the downtown area, it took them 4 hours to park and get to the festival. Oof. And most of the time was just waiting in a car in a line of other cars waiting to get somewhere. I also heard that like the water situation wasn't great and there wasn't enough food this year. But again, I wasn't there, but yeah, I just wasn't a good. And apparently they changed like security staff, and everyone was saying they were a bunch of assholes this year. So
okay. And it doesn't sound like you missed much.
Nope. No, granted, I'm never gonna say no. I'm gonna look at it and like if next year there's enough bands for me to justify going, I will go. So yep.
Do you have any concerts coming up?
The only not well, it's not coming up soon. It's in September. Is that when it is? September. Come on, where's my gun? There it is. Yep, September 30th. The Callous Dowboys is doing a US headlining tour to support their new album. I Do Not Want to See You in Heaven. Uh, they're uh, uh, they're gonna be at the Ace of Cups in September, and I'm so fucking excited.
You
That
like them a
album.
lot.
Oh, yes, I love the Callous Dowboys. Right now I'd probably say they're my favorite band, and their latest album, I Don't Want to See You in Heaven, is by far my album of the year. It's not even close. It's not even close.
Wow.
The album is
All right. Okay.
perfection.
Hold on.
Perfection.
Okay. Hold on.
Perfection.
Okay. Hold on. We do this every time.
Okay.
This is me trying to understand.
Okay.
Okay. So the Callous Dow.
Callous.
Yep.
Cowboys.
Right.
Okay.
What's the name of the album?
Okay. The album is
I don't
I
want to
Don't
see
Want
you
to
in
See You
heaven.
in Heaven. So if I was gonna give you, okay.
Okay. I'm on there. I'm there.
The
Okay.
Callous Cowboys, it's a mixture of screams and cleans, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't, but it's also it's just weird. It's weird. So I'm trying to decide: do I want to give you an extremely Callous Cowboy song or something to kind of like ease
I
you
think you
into it?
need. I'm of two minds.
Mhm.
I genuinely want to listen to this and be like, okay,
Mhm.
I could probably get into this, but at the same
Mhm.
time, like I want the full experience. Like I want the
Okay.
capital
Okay.
basically like what best represents them.
It's tough because they're all over the place. Okay. So all right. So I'm gonna go with the second one. I'm gonna be something a little bit more mild. So we'll give you one of each from the album. Okay, so
All
the
right.
first one I want you to start playing is track 11, "Distracted by the Mona Lisa."
Distracted by the Mona Lisa. Okay. It
Okay.
currently has 172,000 plays on Spotify. Let's give this a listen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, some guitar.
Mm-hmm.
Discordant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this isn't terrible.
Yep.
I like the effects.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I kind of dig this.
Okay. So they call themselves the genre they put themselves in is new mathcore. So NU, like new metal. Mathcore is uh the hallmarks of that are tempo changes, signature changes, polyrhythms, just weird stuff. Now, if you want something on the heavier end, just start playing track 2, Schizophrenia Legacy. This one starts extremely hard.
Okay, yeah, that's not for me.
Okay.
That's not for me. Yeah. Track 11 though. Track 11
Yep.
was good. I like that.
Yeah, but I'm very excited for that show. It's going to be so fun. I'm so excited for them to. They've come close to Columbus before, but it's always been a supporting act, and I ended up not going. But with them headlining and being at Ace of Cups, yeah, I'm good. Yes, 100% going to be there. Going to go just fucking nuts.
Okay. Not going to get in the pit though.
No, I don't pit anymore.
I know
No
you're
more,
pit adjacent.
no more pitting for me. But yeah. Oh,
all right. Last topic. I have, through financial irresponsibility,
okay,
achieved another gun milestone.
Here we go. What'd you get?
All right. Boy. So there are certain firearms that just gun nerds will argue indefinitely about which gun is better at something or what brand is better at something. But I think that most gun nerds will agree that if you had to buy one shotgun to rule them all, you cannot go wrong with the Benelli M4. Are you familiar?
I am not.
Okay, because this gun, Paul, as I said, is a shotgun. And it is not only a shotgun, it is the shotgun.
The shotgun.
Yep.
Okay.
So basically what happened was back in the 90s, the United States says we need an auto-loading shotgun that is ultra reliable and has the ability to fire different types of ammunition without failing.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's a lot to unpack in that statement, but here's the thing. In the United States Armed Services, shotguns are by and large considered a support weapon. In the first and second
Yeah.
in the First and
Yeah.
Second World Wars, they were assault weapons. Like the whole idea of a shotgun was this thing called a trench broom, where you would get up on a ledge and just start harvesting meat with buckshot at extremely close range. And it was really good at
Yeah.
that. But now, in these modern times, people in the armed forces and in law enforcement will tend to use shotguns for breaching a door or for less lethal applications. Just
Like urban door to door kicking indoors kind of things. But like
exactly.
otherwise they want something a little bit higher velocity, longer range.
Yep. Now, most shotguns since the
Mhm.
beginning of time have been manual bolt cycling in the term of a pump shotgun. The whole idea is that you have a shell in the chamber, you pull the chamber, gun goes boom, and in order to eject and extract the current shell that you have just fired and load the new one, you pull the slide back. It's like the thing you're holding onto. It's like the click clack of a
Mhm.
shotgun. I'm sure everybody understands
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
And what's happening in that moment is as you pull that tube back, it's extracting the shell, but it's also pulling a new shell into the loader. And then by you pushing it forward, it's ramming it home. So when you look at a shotgun, it actually looks like two tubes on top of each other. The first tube is the barrel, that's where the explosion happens. But then underneath that is where the shells get loaded. Now, there are magazine fed shotguns. Like you can buy those are a thing. And typically, that has, when we uh, think about shotguns and what we call automatic shotguns, where you don't have to do that action of cycling the shotgun, those are called auto loader shotguns or automatic shotguns. Now, automatic shotguns have a problem, though. They're not the most reliable because in order to have an automatic, you need some sort of gas system and recoil spring and the ability to cycle like you do with rifles and pistols and everything else. Doing this with shotgun shells is really, really hard, especially because even though the diameter of a shotgun shell is the same, the length of shotgun shells differ depending on the type of shell you're firing. I think when we think about shotguns, we think about buckshot or birdshot being the most
Yeah.
common, and they kind of
Right.
are. But there's also slug ammunition, there's sabot ammunition, there's less lethal ammunition, there's flechette ammunition. And there's all these different packages that you can put into shotgun shells. I mean, you could load them with fucking glass if you wanted to. Like it
Right.
really doesn't matter. But the different variation in the shells that you find make this really, really hard. So, what did the United States do? They went to the Germans because if anybody can over engineer anything, it's the fucking Germans. So they basically signed a contract with the German firearms company Heckler and Koch, which I
Mhm.
love their stuff. I have several of their firearms. I think that they are a top tier manufacturer. And again, this is one of those places where gun nerds will sit back and say, "Oh, they're overpriced, and you can get that for everything else." I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, you could buy a Toyota Corolla or a sports car. They're both going to get you somewhere, but I digress. And what
Right.
they developed was known as it was known as the Benelli XM107. Okay.
Okay.
And then it became actually, sorry, no, the XM104, not the XM107, 1017. It's the XM1014. And the reason they had to name it that is originally they wanted to call it the Benelli M4, but the M4 is already taken for the
Mm.
M4 assault carbine. So in the military, it is known as the XM1014. And this is an automatic loading, automatic firing shotgun. And what makes it so interesting and so reliable is look, the Italians are good at two things, okay? They're really good at food and they're really, really fucking good at shotguns. Okay.
Okay.
The shotgun wizards at Benelli basically developed this thing called the Argo system, and it's an acronym. It's auto-regulating, gas-operated. And what they were able to do is, and I don't know how this works, I'm not an engineer, but basically what they were able to do is figure out a way that if you wanted to cram 7 different types of shells into the shotgun, it will automatically regulate the gas required to cycle every one of those shells. Because typically what you would have to do is you would have to adjust the shotgun somehow to properly cycle. If it's, and to be clear, an automatic shotgun versus a pump action shotgun, right, where you're doing the work. So they developed the system that makes it actually function like way better. And of course, the United States military put it through rigorous testing. It had very, very low failure rates. And then it has a bunch of other features on it that make it, just kind of really, really good for law enforcement and military use. Skeletonized stock, pick rail, ghost ring sights, extended tube magazine, pistol grip. It really kind of skirts with the line of really falling into that assault weapons type territory, ban type scenario, but phenomenal shotgun. And I've wanted one for a very, very long time. But the problem is this. Shotguns are not very expensive. Like, you can go and you can buy a reliable Remington 870 or a Mossberg 500, two venerable, battle-proven, super reliable, unless you don't have arms, you'll be able to fire this thing, and defend yourself for $500 or less.
Okay.
And again, just like televisions from earlier, you can spend more. Like, if you want some enhanced features, or maybe you want it to be like chrome lined instead of just, gunmetal, or you want a different grip or a recoil reducing stock or something on it, like, you could do all that shit. But just a bone stock shotgun's $500 or less, and you defend your home, defend your property, defend your kids, whatever, defend your pets. That's what I would do. Like, that's perfectly fine for that. Automatic shotguns are a little bit more. Like, a decent automatic shotgun, again, something that isn't the Benelli M4 that Benelli themselves make, or Mossberg or Remington or anything, could be $1,200. The Benelli M4 starts at around $2,200.
That's more. Okay.
Starts around $2,200. Now, again, this is where this gets into super niche territory, because just like everything else, there are different model designations of this shotgun. And it basically, when you buy it, you're paying for some of these features. So, for example, a lot of these cheaper, air quotes, mine, Benelli M4s at the $2,200 range of the spectrum have fixed stocks. What is a fixed stock? A fixed stock just means that it is like this shoulder thing. It's not adjustable at all. You literally bring it up to your shoulder, you look through the sighting aperture, and you shoot at something. It's not adjustable at all. It's a fixed stock. So the cheaper ones have a fixed stock. For about $100 more, you can get a skeletonized stock, meaning it's a little lighter. And you also get a pistol grip instead of like an integrated handguard grip with the fixed stock. So ergonomically, it's a little bit better, but the stock isn't adjustable. You also only get a 5+1, meaning you can have 5 shells in a tube and 1 in the chamber. So the actual XM1014 designated shotgun is a fully adjustable skeletonized stock, pistol grip, Picatinny rail, ghost ring sights, 7+1 magazine, meaning that it can hold 7 shells plus 1 in the magazine, extended bolt catch, extended bolt release. That out of the box is what you get. It is the de facto one. So I have been at gun stores where I have seen Benelli M4s, but then you look at the price tag and it's not the price that you think it should be, and then you find out, okay, it's missing this feature, or it's this particular model number. Long story short, stars align. I'm in a store, they have the one, and I'm like, I gotta do it.
Gotta do it.
Not to. because again, it's one of those guns that I've wanted for a long time. It's not that I haven't owned shotguns before, but this is the shotgun, by the way.
Okay.
And if you really want to watch a really good video that I think really encapsulates what makes it so important, and probably is going to do a better job, uh, basically describing how this thing is so great and what it is. There's a YouTube channel that I've been watching a lot recently. It's this guy called the Fat Electrician.
Sorry.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So he made a video basically describing why it is the greatest combat shotgun of all time and what makes it so great. And I highly, it's only a 5-minute long video. I highly recommend you go watch it. It'll be linked in the show notes. But it's really, really good. So yeah, I was able to secure one of these things. I haven't shot it yet, but it's gonna happen pretty soon. So
cool.
I'm pretty pumped.
Excellent.
Well, that's a show, huh?
We did it. We did it. We made a show.
We did a show, and we'll do it again next week. But get us out of here for now.
Yeah, you know what to do. Doingtheirbest.com. You get all the show notes, all the links, anything you could want, as long as it's related to this show. And hey, thanks for listening.